It's the Harv N Jace Show.
Live from Six Nations. It is Thursday
Yeah.
night, and you're sitting with two brown people.
Yeah. The
And
browner,
slightly
the
round.
better, they say.
Browner and rounder.
Yes.
Like a nice little dinner roll.
Brown, round, and low to the ground.
And ready to go to town.
Yes, sir.
You know, when you ever go to town, you got to put your nice clothes on, your nice shoes, your nice hat.
I know exactly
your
that.
town
routine.
clothes. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Town clothes. Going to court clothes sometimes.
It always makes you feel good about yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Did you notice my shirt?
Yes, I dig it. I got one at home too. It's
Terry Crews.
I think I should have got a extra large because that that large is kind of snug. But I like it snug.
It's a podcast, so if you didn't watch the video, I did the Terry Crews. You know, he makes his pecs.
Yes.
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
That's so hard to do. Makes his pecs hop around like that. That's hilarious.
You can do it to the beat.
He can do it. Put your back into it.
Yeah.
How's it going, man? It's good to
Pretty
see
good.
you.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
We've been off for a little bit because we've been like showing and trying to catch up with all the great guests that we had.
Yeah.
We got to edit them up and get them out there. So
Yeah.
welcome to the Harv N Jace Show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
we
we're
just
back.
got done talking to Theo Fleury. That was amazing.
That was
dude.
awesome. Like, what a great man. Like, and I just got done reading his book
Right.
a couple of days after the actual interview.
Right.
And I was amazed to see he played in
This is very
a
interesting.
Bush League team up in a First Nations
Right.
place with like Gino Ojic and a bunch of
An
people.
indigenous team.
An indigenous team, yeah.
That's amazing.
And they almost won the Allen Cup.
They didn't
the
win?
Stanley Cup. He didn't win.
Wow.
No.
But he had all those other records, right? And cups and
Yeah, he's got-
Olympics.
that was-
would have
he
been
figured,
nice
why
to get
not?
that
Yeah.
Allen Cup. Would have been hilarious,
Yeah.
right? With Gino Ojic, such a
Gino,
another
one of my heroes.
Another really good name, man. We're getting really good comments from that episode 2 about people just saying like how great of a conversation that was.
Yeah.
I'm wearing this shirt because I want to give one away, and I want to give a mug away. So
Yeah.
let's do it. We
Let's
should
do
We should give
this.
it. If you guys want a mug or a T-shirt, just leave a comment on this episode. Just go to the comments right now and leave a comment, and then we'll give you. We'll put you in a draw, and we'll pick a winner.
Yeah. We'll rot out of
Nice
a hat
and easy.
or something.
We got our cool, we got our subs, our meals today.
Yeah, Cap and Chucky's
Cap and
always
Chucky's.
treats us well. Yeah, roast beast.
And what is on fire is Miracle Man's is popping down there. You see it? That
Oh, man, the new
that
location?
drive-through is popping.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I love how big their parking lot is. I just can see it
and
now.
all them new items on the menu.
all the food. But
Yeah.
for me, as a entertainer, I can see at the back of his huge parking lot, a nice big stage.
Oh,
Once we
yeah.
can get going again, some music and
For a
people
grand opening.
and enjoying their food there.
Yeah.
What a great spot! And did you see the huge parking lot? It's
I
crazy.
did see it, yeah.
It's massive.
It's right beside Kale Martin's there.
Yep.
in Schwegen.
Exactly. So that's really cool. They're open now, Miracle Man's, and they're a proud supporter of Harv N Jace Show
Yeah,
as well. So
Jesse's-
Jesse,
props to
big
you.
ups to you guys. We really appreciate the support. We've been working really hard, and we're gonna take next week off too because
Yeah.
we're working on a big thing that we can't announce right now.
Yep, a
uh,
big announcement,
And we were together working on this week.
right?
We'll take next week off and show the Jesse and Anthony
Yeah.
one next week. So that'll be awesome. Hey, Jesse and Anthony,
That'll be
who's
a good one, yeah.
the Brother I Cry director from Six Nations, and talks about all her films, and she's about
Right.
to blow up.
You know, we
really.
didn't even get into really her medium stuff.
Yeah, she's a medium too. That she mentioned
which
it.
We could, we could totally get off on
Right.
another show with that.
Yeah, totally. Wouldn't that be wild? Have
Yeah.
like a call-in show or something.
Yeah.
That'd be really, really interesting. Did you see this? The Simpsons have been renewed for their 33rd and 34th season. Isn't that awesome?
That's awesome. That's like one of my favorite television
The
shows.
Simpsons. I love that. I love how they're so current.
Current, they stay hip, and they seem
predict
to
the
predict
future.
future. Yeah.
Exactly. I was going to say the same thing. It's
Yeah.
weird, all the pictures and coincidental things that they come up, but they just come up with all these crazy things. And you hear that phrase that art imitates life. So
Right.
they're creating, they might be creating it. I don't know, just
Yeah.
putting it out into the universe. And
They're
it-
manifesting it. Maybe. Who
manifesting
knows?
it, yeah. So yeah, that's really cool.
Well, yeah, that's awesome. Everybody should watch The Simpsons. If you don't, then where the hell have you been?
Right? And there's going to be 757 episodes. So imagine if you didn't know The Simpsons and you went and watched the first one, got hooked. You'd have to watch 757 episodes to catch up. 33,
That's
30,
some serious
34
binging.
I know, you might. That's going to take you a long time. But that's really darn cool that's happening. They're the longest running primetime scripted show in TV history. There's a lot of stuff going on right now with like people are calling it cancel culture. Do you see all the stuff that's going on?
Man.
Like, it's insane,
It's
man.
all over the place.
The
Like,
work-
there's a list.
It's
of
on.
things.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
dude. Even Apu from The Simpsons, right?
Who is getting it now?
Yeah,
is he?
I think he's getting the gears, man. Apu,
Oh, man.
And but the work of William Shakespeare, the author, well-known author, is being removed from some American schools. In the school library journal, Amanda McGregor wondered why teachers were still teaching Shakespeare, saying the works are full of problematic, outdated ideas with plenty of misogyny, racism, homophobia, classism, anti-Semitism.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
I believe it because like he's from the 16th, 17th
Right?
century, right? So like,
They had no
back then,
regard for anyone,
racism was alive and well, and like
especially for people who were like, they felt like was lower class, right? That's
Right.
what that one of those things
Classism,
talks
yeah.
about, the classism. But
I'm sure like I'm not too familiar other than the name William Shakespeare. I'm not familiar with all his works,
right.
So, I'm sure they're pretty outdated though.
Everything is coming to the forefront now, right? Like the schools are calling for Shakespeare to be replaced by more modern, diverse, and inclusive voices, obviously. But even like Dr. Zeus, did you see this? Dr. Zeus Enterprises says it has canceled 6 Dr. Zeus books that depicted racist images.
Yeah, that's insane. Like, I don't know. I can understand it a bit, but it's
Right. I
It's
think
a little bit too much.
people are looking for everything.
Yeah,
Right? It's freaking
there's
insane.
too much offending people, I guess.
But there's been kind of like a resurgence since that happened because people recognize the backlash from it. But the true fans of Dr. Zeus, they went and made 9 of his books the top 10 on the Amazon list. Like, so they went out and started buying his books to support Dr. Zeus.
Just to support it, and plus, I bet you those books are going to be worth.
Right, the ones that are in
Like collector's
especially if
items
they're
now.
mint, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane, man. But I think Dr. Zeus Enterprises, they had to do that. You have to.
They were the ones who pulled it out too.
Yeah,
It wasn't
yeah,
the
exactly.
public who outcried
Yeah,
for that.
yeah,
So
exactly. I think
people should know that.
They nipped it in the bud because of they're seeing everything else
Right.
happening. So
They pulled out before
good on them.
the public outcried.
Yep,
for it, yeah.
good on them. Looney Tunes, Pepe Le Pew. Did you see this?
I seen that coming
He
years
was a
ago,
rip,
man.
right? I know.
I could have told you that. He's a borderline rapist.
I know, right? That's what everyone's saying, dude. Pepe Le Pew, man. I
Yeah.
can't believe it. That's what we watched as kids. This was the
It's still Looney Tunes is still the best.
I know, right?
And I got nothing against him, but
Right?
like I was never a fan of
I
the
can't
Pepe Le Pew
believe
cartoons.
it, man. He's been removed from the upcoming Space Jam 2 starring LeBron James over concerns of the fictional character. And he's of an amorous skunk, if you don't know the
Yes,
character.
very aggressive.
And I guess they're saying that he promotes rape culture. Some are calling also for Speedy Gonzalez to be removed from the movie as well because him and his friends are like
Slowpoke
Slowpoke
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez is like he's drunk and lazy.
Yeah.
And, oh, man.
I like how he talks though. He's got
I
killer.
know.
He's got a killer accent.
I know, but this isn't what people want these
Right.
days. And everything that we grew up with is now
Offensive.
very offensive stuff,
Yeah.
man. It's insane, dude.
Yeah.
And
I remember like Little Rascals and stuff back in the day, like
right.
how they were to black people and stuff. Like, whoa.
I don't know, man.
But Little Rascals was still awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. And right now, Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head are just simply becoming Potato Head.
Potato Heads.
Yep, becoming non-binary in order to become more inclusive. Kids can now choose the parents and kids' gender using the accessories. The company started in 1952 in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. So it seems like this is a universal thing.
Yeah. They should have just had that off the hop with the potato head. Thing,
Yeah.
like make it a man or a woman. It's a potato.
Right. And then you don't have to do all the different advertising for 2 different, you know.
That
right?
was just a money grab. Now you got to buy Mrs. Potato Head. When
Right.
you could have just put the little accessories on Mr. and made him Mrs.
I know, right? From the first place.
Yeah.
So
Marketing.
yeah, there's a lot of movement all over the world for inclusiveness, and it had to happen, I guess, because there's going to be somebody that talks because everyone has a voice now. Look at all the podcasts and all the things that
Yeah.
are popping up now. So we're all talking about it.
Yeah. It's got everybody talking.
And you got the vaccine, didn't you?
Yes, I got the Pfizer, the first shot.
I was going to
2
say
days
that's
ago.
good. I'm happy they got the Pfizer one because what we're about to say. Did you see this?
Yeah.
That
Well, I kind of did some research on
Yeah.
it, so and then the Pfizer one was the one I was leaning towards.
Italy, France, and Germany have suspended the AstraZeneca vaccine after reported cases of blood clotting. Italy suspended the drug after a few deaths from the blood clotting.
Yeah.
But they said it's a low percentage compared to the 1.6 million who received the shot. And it's just crazy. They said a lot of the cases was the same. The people had low blood platelets. So it's like,
Well, they asked when I got it if I had been on like blood thinners or had thin blood,
right.
if I was allergic to eggs.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, no.
There got to be significant questions,
Yeah,
though,
and
right?
I was asking some questions like, like what's in this is like, like because I have my kidney stuff going on.
Yeah.
I don't wanna worsen
You have to
my-
be extra careful,
yeah,
right?
But my kidney doctors were like very
Right.
very happy that I went and got it done.
Well, that's good.
So
Well, I'm glad, man. COVID is on the rise again. They said Ontario is in its third wave, dude. Remember they're talking about maybe 3, 4, 5 waves.
yeah, it's
That
those
sucks.
variants. It's those variants. It's
Yeah.
the variants, and it's the people that aren't adhering to the
Right.
rules. They think
They're still not inside. They're outside. The roads are packed. The malls, everything.
Yeah.
People are just going crazy. They do whatever they
like
want,
I'm
man.
still like apprehensive to go anywhere
right.
in public.
It's not over yet. We're
Partying like it's 1999 out there, kids.
Right?
It's not.
Think about all the crazy stuff we used to do before the pandemic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We will not be doing in the future.
Right.
I don't even think people are going to hug and shake hands in the future, man.
Right.
It's all going to be like the Indians. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, ooh. Oh.
Yeah, just chinning and lip pointing.
That's it. You know it. And the grunts.
Couple.
I love that.
Couple whistles.
I like the grunts. Like, ho, ho. People do that, you know. Ho, ho. Oh, man, that's awesome. So I think we've had it all along. Indigenous people are always onto it. And by
Right.
the time the world needs it, now they need it. Come on now.
Yeah.
We've been there all along, honey bunny.
Should have been on board.
COVID is on the rise anyways. The cases jumped to 1371 again. Remember, they're going down. They were
Yeah.
under 1,000 for a while. Doctors are expecting it to rise. But this is a cool report out of Scotland that the vaccines Pfizer and AstraZeneca cut the risk of hospitalization 85 to 94%. The stats are preliminary, but the professors from University of Edinburgh say the results are very encouraging and have given great reasons to be optimistic. Isn't that cool?
Excellent. If
That's
it's
amazing.
not Scottish, it's crap.
That's amazing, man.
So I heard anyway.
As it were?
As it were.
A report by marketing firm SEMrush compiled from data during November 2019 to January 2021 showed there was a 74% drop in flu system searches online. According to the report, that decline is because of masks, washing hands, and social distancing. They have also found that there was 83% more people searching for home workouts, which is really cool, and 247% jump in online fitness.
Yes.
Online therapy is up 52%, but searching to eat healthy is down 56%. People
Strange.
aren't really interested in eating healthy right now.
Maybe it's because of the lack of going out to restaurants. Now people want to learn how to make these, they're greasy foods they like at home. So
You know what else sucks? Going to the grocery store and you buy a whole bunch of stuff because you don't want to go out again for 2 weeks,
Right.
and you think it's going to last the 2 weeks, and you got chips and all these things, and in 2 or 3 days it's all gone.
Right.
That can help you put the pounds on if you don't watch, your intake at
if
home.
you don't ration.
Yeah, and if you're not moving around too much, like if you work in a home office or whatever. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I believe the workout stuff though, because
Right?
we've been ordering a lot of stuff
That's
online
great.
for our home gym.
But my Facebook and Instagram, it's filled with people who are doing some serious fitness and looking after their health. So I applaud everyone that's doing that, because it takes a lot of work. Like for the last few weeks, I'm finally getting my butt out there because the sun inspires me, right? So
Oh, yes.
I get my lacrosse stick, and now I can run. There's no res dogs right here, so I can run up the road.
Well, they forget your stick. That can
I know,
keep
right?
it
They're
at
gonna stay
bay
away.
anyway.
That's right.
Socially distance yourself from that res dog.
So yeah, that's really cool. cool. I'm really excited. I want to get out and shoot around. I want to start playing basketball again. I can't wait till the restrictions come off and we can hang out again, right?
Yeah.
This is awesome. Spain has adopted a 4-day work week. They're one of the first countries in the world to do it. Everyone's talking about it.
That's awesome.
But they're doing it. It's a 4-day work week with only 32 hours a week. The workers will receive the same pay as when they worked 5 days and 40 hours a week. It is hoped to improve better home life and more productivity.
I think it'll work. It'll have to work because then people have more time to spend with their families
Right.
or doing stuff other than work.
I agree with this so much because think about it. Like if you're a productive person, and a lot of people are if they've been working there a long time. But like if your boss says on Monday you have Monday to Friday to finish this. I want X, X, and X done all this week, right? Yeah. And if they could get it done in that 32 hours, why the heck make them stay 40? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so I think it's going to be great.
It'll be great for everybody, but maybe the workaholics, the people who want to work all the time.
But
so
maybe it's just make them stay at home more and they can work out of their garage. You know what I mean? Start another business.
They could,
You know what I mean? Like, I know what you mean. There are people that don't shut it down.
Yeah, there's people who don't want to stop working. I'm not one of them, mind you.
Me neither. I love my time off, friend.
I'm a different kind of holic.
Well, we deserve it. You get to this, tender age, you can deserve that downtime now, We did it. We were hype.
Yeah.
We were hype. I'm still kind of hype. I go. It's because I just feel like there's not enough time in the day.
Taking it easy.
You got to take it easy.
Yeah.
All right. There's another bill that we're going to be expecting in the future.
We don't own the rights to that
We do
music.
not own the rights. That's the Eagles.
As long as you say that, you're safe, I hear.
Is that right?
I heard, yeah. Write that stuff on your Facebook.
Write that down.
We don't own the stuff. We don't own the rights to this music.
That's right.
Play
And
whatever
we
you
can rip
want.
it off
Now you can play whatever you want. We can sing whatever we want.
Rip it.
Yeah.
A 19-year-old teen from the UK is recovering after doctors removed a 19-inch hairball from her stomach.
Gross.
Makes my stomach hurt thinking about it. But the teen suffers from Rapunzel Syndrome. Apparently, that's so nasty. The compulsive eating of hair. And I'm like, the hair had formed a cast of the entire stomach, like vines, like tree vines, and and it was tearing at the stomach wall. Isn't that insane? Because hairs, that stringless hairs, it's freaking it's like razors.
What is wrong with people?
I know.
Like I get grossed out when there's a little wee hair in my food,
right?
Let alone let's eat 19 feet of it,
right? But I think
what the F?
It's just she's always eating, always chewing on her hair all day, like this. You know what I mean? Must have long hair.
Yeah, like a horse.
My God, that is insane. She said that she had stomach pains for 5 months. And she didn't go to the doctors. And then it worsened 2 weeks before she finally went. Isn't that insane?
Don't be eating hair, children.
And if you're feeling bad, go to the doctors. Don't wait 5 months.
Yes.
Who knows? You could be really hurt.
Rapunzel's not that cool.
Rapunzel. That's wild. Had to mention it.
That is wild.
That's wild, dude. Oh, my God.
Hairball. That's her new nickname.
We have a hairball on this res, don't we?
Mm-hmm. That's her new nickname.
We're going to call her Hairball.
Yeah.
A report published in the Global Change Biology said less food because of warmer winters is leading to less blue jays than normal. The blue jays use the cold as a freezer. I didn't know this, for their meat. So I was always wondering what they're doing, right? And apparently they're storing meat and berries. But so if there's no cold, they can't store food, leaving them too weak to birth offspring. Algonquin Park has experienced a 50% drop in blue jays. Oh, that's awful.
That's
Remember
terrible.
We were talking about the monarchs, right? Getting down to a couple thousand on their migration. Yeah. A positive from the study is saying that the non-migratory jays are still doing good throughout the boreal forest. Some are calling for the blue jay to be called Canada's official bird. That would be really cool.
I would think it should be because,
everyone gets excited when you see a blue jay. They're so vibrant in color. And they're really dominant, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're the baseball team of Canada.
That's
so
right.
Why not? Why not the bird too?
Blue Jays.
Yeah.
We don't own the rights to this music.
No, we do not own the rights to that music. Yeah. As long as you say that.
I like that.
Safe.
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 Safe. I like that. I really do. Cool. That's good information.
Yeah.
So now you know. Rip off whatever you want. Then just say.
I would like it. Everybody leave our episodes learning something every time, and if that's the lesson you learned today, so be it.
The most stolen car in Canada. Do you have any guesses?
I would have thought a Chevrolet truck being
truck.
around this area.
You're
but
dead wrong.
Yeah.
It is actually the Honda CRV, which is just a little SUV.
Yeah, that's strange, I guess, but
Yeah.
they're importing them across seas, right?
But I think it's because the parts are so expensive. Like if
Oh.
they steal your car, they can take the alternator and sell it for large money.
Right.
The muffler, the wheels, the doors.
Right.
And like it's crazy. It's a big business. They said that 87,000 cars were stolen in 2020. The main reason is for people to strip down.
Yeah, I know there's a foreign market for like the foreign cars,
Right.
but like locally around here, it's mostly trucks that go missing. Right?
Right. But I think they get burnt, don't they? They get drove for fun and then they get burnt up. Usually
much,
that I've
yeah,
seen.
for the most part.
Yeah,
I know
like
in the
joyriding.
field beside my house when I first moved into
Yeah.
my place, like 14 years ago.
Right.
Went for a walk in the bush and there's like 5 burnt truck carcasses.
You can't even leave your car on the road. My brother Troy left his car on the road up here, got like burnt up. My brother Chad left the car over on the line because it broke down. He didn't get it till the morning. He got back there, and the tires were gone, and it was burnt up.
Oh my goodness! It's like we're living in
This
the
is
hood.
the res. This is the res, man. They take their opportunity.
Yeah. Nobody hesitates.
The streets is watching.
Somebody's watching.
Someone's always watching.
Yes.
Members of iconic historical figure Malcolm X. This is really crazy. They just come out and claim that the FBI and the NYPD, which is the New York Police Department,
Yep.
were behind the 1964 killing of the black and civil rights activist. He was killed at New York Audubon Ballroom while preparing to deliver a speech. 3 members of the Nation of Islam were arrested and convicted in the shooting. A former NYPD undercover officer, Raymond Wood, released a letter stating he was pressured to lure 2 of Malcolm X's security detail into crimes which they were arrested for so that they would not be available to help the day of the shooting.
I believe it.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, because like I know they were against him, like because he was empowering black people and
Right.
stuff, and back then they were really thought he was starting a movement,
Right.
which he was. Right?
I watched these videos of him like at these conferences and stuff talking, and he was really on point about. He was kind of like Skylar, you know, like everyone else would be trying to throw all these new ideas and all these things around it, rationalizing things, and he would always stick to the point. He wouldn't let anything distract the point that
Right.
they're oppressed and that they need to have frameworks that they can succeed in, just like indigenous people.
Right.
So I really respected how he spoke and tried to keep people on task. But that's crazy that they were working together.
Yeah,
but
I believe the government would have tried to kill him.
you know, who knows? And like that would be a cool Netflix series if somebody would, you know,
yeah.
delve into that and put some money into that.
I'm
I
sure
think
it's in the works.
I think the world would want to watch that, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
A student created a GoFundMe. I love this story for his 77-year-old substitute teacher, still working at 77.
Wow.
Who was living in his car. COVID forced the teacher to access his retirement funds for income. Turns out he was living in his car because he was sending most of his money to his wife, children, and family in Mexico. Isn't that wild?
That's great for the student to do that for that guy.
That's
Like, you know?
so cool. 27,000.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
That's great.
dude. And he's 77 years old, living in his car. He'd rather live in a car in America so his family could be good in Mexico.
Right.
You know how powerful that is, dude?
Right.
And just
That's sacrifice.
That
at
is
its,
sacrifice.
At its highest level.
And I was
almost.
going to think about it from my dad's perspective, because I'm not a father, but you too. I'm sure you would prefer to sleep in your car and your family, you know what I mean?
Right.
Safe and secure. Man, that's powerful to me.
Yeah.
The power of love of a father, you know.
Yeah,
and
kudos to the student and kudos to the teacher himself.
Right. I guess he was walking and he seen his teacher sleeping in the car, like he didn't tell nobody. But anyways, I just thought we should share that. That was really cool. 2 hikers were rescued in Owen Sound, and this is one of my nightmares, in Bruce Peninsula National Park, after a large chunk of ice they were standing on broke away from the shore and floated 3 kilometers out into the frigid waters of Georgian Bay.
That'd be terrifying.
That would be so terrifying. And how did it happen so fast that they couldn't run and jump?
Like, I imagine it would. I don't know.
I think even this far would be scary to jump because you'd be scared to land in the water, wouldn't you?
Right. Freezing, cold, 0
Georgian Bay is awful in the spring, like in the early spring. I can't imagine it in the wintertime, dude.
Yeah.
That's insane. They got rescued by somebody called an OPP helicopter, so thank God somebody's seen it.
Yeah.
Or else who knows how far that ice would have took them out into the water.
That's insane.
Oh my God, that's so scary.
Like to get 3 kilometers away.
That's a long ways.
That's a long ways,
Yeah, that's
man.
a long ways, dude. This was pretty interesting, too. Video games, they said, could be the cause for the decline in the population, which is crazy. You never would have thought of that, would you? That video games could be a cause for the population to decline.
Guys are too busy playing games.
Yeah. A recent study has said that gaming has taken over for casual sex.
Right. That's crazy.
Like, these kids don't even, like, when we were kids, we loved girls. Like, all we would talk about is girls. And let's go see girls. How can we go talk to girls? And nowadays, I guess those kids aren't doing this. Like, when's a new video game coming out? When we hooking up to freaking get on and play Call of Duty and stuff? It's a different time, dude.
It is totally different generation now.
I never thought about that. It's just mind blowing. I never thought of that. That's a repercussion of video games as well.
Yeah, it's like the isolation too. They are communicating, but it's usually through headsets.
They said men aged specifically 18 to 24 rose 30%. Living at home and being dependent may also be a factor, as well as unlimited porn online, they said. So all these factors are causing guys to forget casual sex and just
rub one out.
Yep, and they're self-loving, I guess. Self-loving. They're self-soothing in every aspect of life nowadays. Wow.
Right? Don't got to leave home.
No.
For nothing.
Everything's there.
Don't even got to see another person
you.
for nothing.
Ubers. Exactly. It's weird. People are getting married to sex dolls.
Oh.
I've seen it. Google it right now. I'm telling you. This is really cool. The Grammys were virtual again this year, obviously, because of COVID. But a new twist was the Song of the Year recognized the writers of the song, not the performer.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Because the writers don't seem to get enough recognition.
Exactly.
You know?
It's like, oh, there's this big song, and
like
Kanye
this song's
wrote
awesome.
it. Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Or whoever.
But they wouldn't even know the name.
Right.
And that's so cool, man. Like, a lot of the songs that you hear on the radio, it's not the artist didn't write those, man.
Right.
Like, some of them, their album, they don't write one song on their album.
Like Bob Dylan has a lot of writing credentials to his name,
And he sold all
his
those
songs,
rights.
And his songs don't sound great when he does them, but when other people do them,
unbelievable. Oh yeah, because the story, because they inspire people, right?
Yeah,
that's amazing. So I think that's really cool that they're doing that. Harry Styles won his first Grammy for Best Pop Album, beating out Justin Bieber, which is crazy. Miranda Lambert won Best Country Album. Other notable wins were Billie Eilish for her James Bond theme song, No Time to Die, Kanye West's gospel album, Jesus is King, and Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande won for Best Pop Duo for their song called Rain on Me, which I talked about as soon as it came out, as I knew that song was going to be big when I heard it. It's an amazing song.
That's two big time superstars that are teaming up, right?
Yeah, it's so super cool that they work together, and that's what Ariana said too. She said, "I never worked on a song that's so poppy, and Lady Gaga, she's the epitome of pop. That's what pop music is." And Ariana Grande kind of delves into the R&B soul a little bit more, but she said working with Gaga, it's on point pop, and so that song was huge, dude.
Awesome.
A new LA TV series, Rutherford Falls, produced by Ed Helms, who's hilarious, has hired 5 indigenous comics and writers to write the comedy sitcom. Isn't that amazing?
That should be some good resi humor in there.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, man. The co-creator has also worked on Parks and Recreation, which is a huge show, and The Good Place. Helms is also one of the stars in the show. He's one of the writers as well. Sierra Ornelas from Arizona, who has Navajo heritage, says, this is the first time I have had Native colleagues in any workplace, and it is so cool to work with other Native writers and do things from a Native perspective. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, they should come out with some good stuff. Like, there's not many shows out there that have Native people.
Right. That's what
Period.
that's what she said when she
So-
walks into the writing room and sees 4 other Indigenous people. That's got to feel good.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good time for Indigenous people, man.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
getting recognized, man.
Yeah, we're taking our spots.
And rightfully so.
Right.
Martin Scorsese has cast 4 Indigenous actors for his new film, Killers
is
of
awesome.
the Flower Moon, which is going to be huge.
Yeah.
They're all set to appear in the movie alongside Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert
And
De
De
Niro.
Niro.
Wow. That's going to be epic, man.
Yeah.
That's going to be epic. Tantu Cardinal, Cara Jade Myers, Janae Collins, and Jillian Dion will all play key roles in the movie. The movie is about the Osage Native tribe, based on the true story of the Reign of Terror. I had to look it up because I wasn't really educated about this. Did you see that?
I haven't checked it out yet, but I know it was like a serial killings
That's
or
what it
something
was.
back in there,
Right, 1920.
1920.
Yep, Oklahoma. The serial murders of 18 members of that tribe.
That should be a Netflix series,
I
unless
know.
that this
But it's going to be
this
this big movie.
Yeah,
It
this
is. I
movie
think
will,
it is. It's all about that. It's just kind of crazy. It's based on the book by David Grant, so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
And that's some heavyweights with DiCaprio and De Niro
yeah, that's going to be so good.
and Scorsese.
Right? You can't get any bigger than that, right?
That's right.
That's amazing. This is really sad. 5-time Grammy-winning duo Daft Punk has called it quits after 28 years.
Oh, they're great.
Around
They're
the world,
great.
around the world.
We do not own the rights to that music.
We do not own the rights to this.
I like that Lose Yourself to Dance with Pharrell.
Right? Oh yeah.
Get Lucky with Pharrell. That album,
Yeah, he
that
does a
whole
lot-
album with him.
They've done a lot of really cool stuff, including they recently worked with The Weeknd
Yep.
on Starboy and
Yep.
I Feel It Coming. But
Yeah.
I kind of changed that one so we didn't have to do the disclaimer.
No disclaimers for that one.
Daft Punk is done. I can't believe that.
Man,
I imagine they're gonna do separate gigs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they're probably just like
they're
probably
musical guys, so they
Yeah,
can't just
definitely.
get out of the scene.
I don't think
like
it just
that.
quit. Yeah. So Meghan Markle and former Prince Harry went public with allegations of racism from a member of the royal family, and they didn't say who, so they have all this speculation going on, and extreme pressure from the media and trolls that she said she considered suicide. It has caused such a stir and like a split of people that believe them or saying they're sensationalizing for money and
I believe
and
them.
empathy.
I'm on that side.
Right? Exactly. We know we're native though, so we
Yeah.
know they don't really consider, I
Right.
don't know, man. It has caused such a stir that Piers Morgan was let go from his position of Good Morning Britain for saying he doesn't believe her claims, and Queen Elizabeth has issued a statement saying the issues raised, particularly that of race, are concerning. While some recollections may vary, they are taken very seriously and will be addressed by the family privately. I like your point there. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I guess somebody, when they found out she was pregnant, somebody said, "Oh, I wonder how dark it's gonna be."
Right. Yeah, and then that was the bottom line there for the royal family. To
Yeah,
say
they
this
didn't care about
baby's-
anything else.
The
It was just
baby's not going to have
Public perception.
any pull in
We
the royal
hope
family.
it looks more like Harry than Meghan Markle. Come on, man.
Yeah, which
But
is terrible.
this is what I'm excited about. Today, the Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut is out. We've been talking about it
yeah.
for months. It's finally out on HBO Max. 4-hour movie that we can watch all at once or in 4 episodes.
Might as well just binge it. It's
Might
only
as well binge
it's
it,
only
dude.
4 hours.
That's what I was saying. I was talking, and then people were like, "No, I don't know if I can sit for 4 hours." Like, come on, you can sit for 4
Oh,
hours.
you could.
We know you could.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. It features all new footage and storyline and more of Jared Leto's Joker. So
That's awesome.
It's
'cause
going to be really
he portrayed
cool.
a really good
Yeah,
Joker.
and he was only in the movie very tiny in the first one, right? The first cut.
Increments,
He was just like
if
in the
that.
car. We barely see him, right?
Yeah.
So the Toronto Blue Jays are in 5th place in the MLB with a 9-6 record in spring training. It's early,
Yeah.
but it's bombs away. They just thrashed the Phillies 14-5 using their opening day batting lineup for the first time, dude.
Springer.
Listen to this lineup: Springer, followed by Semien, followed by Bo Bichette, Teoscar Hernandez, Vladdy Jr.,
Yes.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Kevin Biggio. Randall Grichuk is batting 8th, and this guy's a 30 home run hitter, man.
Yeah.
And 100, he could get 100 RBIs. And Danny Jansen, like, it's crazy. That's a long
I know
lineup.
Vlad Jr. lost a bunch of weight too. and
Right,
he came
40
back-
pounds.
Yeah, he came back ready to go.
Marcus Semien, when we got him from Oakland, there was outrage in Oakland because he was their best player, their team captain. We got like The Astros' best player, Springer, and the Oakland's best player. It's insane, dude.
And
they're at the top.
BGO is coming up.
Yeah, it's insane. So I'm really excited about the Blue Jays. They're just pitching has to hold up because we know they're going to be able to score runs. So it's going to be exciting year to watch the Blue Jays.
They'll be an offensive team for sure.
We need some hats.
Yeah.
We need some Blue Jays hats, dude. Toronto Maple Leafs are kind of like bumming it up right now. They're in a slump. But everyone gets in slumps.
Hopefully this is the slump they're going to hit before they start peaking again
rampant.
and then run into the playoffs on fire.
The Leafs are in 4th place in the NHL, which ain't so bad
total.
After dropping 4 of the last 5.
Yeah. Some stinkers, but
even to
they're
Ottawa.
They're missing Simmons and that physicality.
Matthews, Marner, Tavares are kind of going into the slump. Nylander has been on fire, but he needs the help.
Hyman.
Yeah, he's doing great. Yeah. Mikheyev is actually doing really good right now. Our goalie's having a problem, Anderson. I want Campbell back to see if Campbell can win us a few games in a row, get our confidence back.
Right.
But yeah, Simmons and Campbell will be back soon. They put Jimmy Vesey on waivers, and he got picked up right away by Vancouver, didn't he?
Right. Well, see you later, Vesey.
Yep. I don't think he did too much. We talked about that before the show, that he didn't really have too much of an impact. So I'd rather see someone else get a chance. Like we were talking, maybe Galchenyuk.
Galchenyuk needs to come up.
Starting to look pretty good down there in the Marlies, man.
Yeah. Or there's Scott Saber in the guy.
Yeah, I'd love to see him too. He's a little bit of sandpaper, right?
Yeah, they signed him to make some noise.
Boom.
So bring him up and let him get loud.
Let him get loud. The Toronto Raptors are 3 games out of a playoff spot. They were in 8th spot, but they fell because they lost a lot of games. They're like 5 in a row now. So they're 17-22. But COVID ravaged the team. They lost Van Fleet, Anunoby, Siakam, like a couple other players, their coaching staff. So
the trade deadline's coming up too for them, right?
Yep.
Like I think Lowry may be on his way out.
Really? You think so, eh?
I heard his house did sell.
Yep.
And
you know what I'd like to do? What the Leafs should have did with Sundin? Remember when Sundin just left, stayed the whole year, and we lost him for nothing?
Yeah.
I would love for the Raptors to trade Lowry, get a couple first-round picks, couple prospects, then sign him again this summer when he's a free agent.
Yeah.
Boom.
And that's what I thought Sundin was going to do.
That's what he should have did, but Sundin said no. He blocked it. He said no. I want to play.
How selfish.
We could have got 4 first-round picks for him. I couldn't believe it.
But I love Sundin.
I know. I love Sundin, too. Dang it. 50 former WWE wrestlers are claiming in court that the WWE failed to protect them from repeated head injuries. It was discovered that Chris Benoit, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Mr. Fuji were all diagnosed with CTE following their death. We're learning a lot more about nowadays CTE, right? It's caused by repeated concussions and blows to the head. It is a progressive and fatal brain disease and is associated with dementia and is suspected of being the source of extreme anger and mood changes because that Benoit, didn't he murder?
He murdered his wife and child
and then
or
killed
kids
himself?
and then killed himself.
Oh, my goodness.
But I believe it because they say the same thing about hockey enforcers.
Right.
Who get,
You're right, the CTE.
Yeah, the CTE stuff.
It's crazy, man. A federal judge ruled in 2018 that there was not enough evidence the WWE knew concussions or head injuries during its matches caused CTE. Like saying that they didn't know there wasn't not enough evidence, but they got to protect their wrestlers, eh?
Yeah, they
got
it,
man.
It's think like now, so. That's their money.
Yeah,
that's their money makers.
You like now, if you see in hockey or baseball or basketball, if anyone gets hit in the head, everyone stops everything, and that player goes to the quiet room.
Yeah, 15 minutes or whatever.
But these guys are going boom and flying into the chairs,
getting pile drive, and then getting up and getting a hair.
There should be somebody at those wrestling watching. You can tell when somebody has their bell rung, right? They kind of go loopy for a second, right? So that if someone sees that,
you see it in the UFC.
They should just stop the fight.
And in the UFC, they bring the doctors in.
Exactly.
They should do the same thing in wrestling.
15-time PGA major champion Tiger Woods crashed. Did you hear this?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Early in the morning in LA, and he broke and smashed all his stuff, man.
Yeah.
Serious leg injuries. The police said the road he was traveling on is like a hot spot for speeding and crashes because it's like windy and steep. Isn't that awful? Yeah. Then you're not paying attention, and they say most accidents happen within 5 kilometers of your home too, because you stop becoming such a good defensive driver and you start yawning and thinking about laundry and. Mm-hmm. That's scary. He has to come back from this after the back and after the car crash before and the scandals and everything. Man, that's too bad. It would have been nice to see Tiger Woods like just continue his career with all that stuff. I wanted to see if he would break all those records, right? But
I thought he might have had a chance.
lost
but
a lot
with
of
this, I think he's really.
This
hurt
is going to
his
be hard,
chances.
dude.
Yeah.
And this is really cool. The National Lacrosse League announced they will start up December 3rd, 2021. Isn't that
Nice.
cool?
Yeah.
Yes, lacrosse is back.
I wonder how the crowd capacity is going to work.
Right.
But even just to have
Even if it's no
lacrosse,
fans, let's play,
Yeah.
right? I think a lot of the
as long as
players would agree,
They should strike a TV deal.
right?
TSN, ESPN,
Whoever.
But get it
it done.
deal done, yeah.
Yep. And this is really cool. Like, this is the last topic of the night, but I just had to get it in because I was reading and I stumbled upon this and I said, we got to talk about this. Brian Burke, you know, popular Brian Burke, who's now the GM of the Pittsburgh Penguins, right?
Right.
Has reported that the Vancouver Canucks could have landed Wayne Gretzky in his prime before he was traded to the Kings. But he said that GM Pat Quinn at the time said the price tag was too high. Burke said the Oilers wanted $25 million in cash. All-time great goalie Kirk McLean,
Right.
Greg Adams, and 3 first-round picks. He was eventually traded to the LA Kings, as we know, and with Marty McSorley and Mike Krushelinski for $15 million in cash, Jimmy Carson, Martin Gelinas, and 3 first-round picks. And they won a Stanley Cup in LA.
Right.
Isn't that amazing?
I think they
Vancouver should have pulled the deal. They could have won that cup.
Vancouver should have pulled the trigger on
They
that.
could have won that cup. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like the same when the
But
Raptors
it's
with
probably,
Kawhi.
for hockey's sake, it's probably way better that
For LA,
Gretzky went
it
to
did.
LA because it blew up the sport of hockey in
It
America.
did, dude, you're right. This is probably
So,
destiny,
had
right?
He went to Vancouver.
It's just another Canadian team,
It's
right?
just another Canadian team.
Yeah, you're right.
so-
Because look at Anaheim, San Jose, Tampa Bay, Florida.
Right.
All that came from Gretzky going to
because of
LA.
Gretzky, yep.
That's a great point, my friend. And that was a great show today. We were on fire. We want to thank you guys for joining us. We hope you had a great time. We come and give you all our love and energy every Thursday
Good
night.
on Lonqua.
Yeah, and we got some big time exciting news coming up next Thursday. Make sure you watch Jesse Anthony.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great conversation with a great Six Nations artist and writer and director.
Yep,
So we just
medium.
thank you. We thank everybody.
Cap and Chucky's.
Jacasa Designs.
Yep, Miracle Man.
Mans. Make sure you call them right now and get some wings. They got a whole new menu like garlic bread with
Spinach
bacon,
dip.
loaded pierogies, you name it. So
Yeah.
it's really cool. I love sitting with you, dude. We had a
Yeah.
great time. And
Always a great time.
And we'll see you again next time. You guys have a great week.
Take care.
Yay!
It's the Harv N Jace Show.